and talk about what could be equal parts gift, but also, I mean, honestly, everybody absolutely has to have one of these. This isn't an indulgence. It isn't only for a certain income level. Everyone needs to have a carbon monoxide and natural gas detector in their home. If you have one, that's great. I want to talk to you about how many you actually need. And I don't like to, if there's one thing that makes me as a presenter just like it rubs me the wrong way, is to use fear as a motivator. I would, however, like to reference facts, which is, unfortunately, carbon monoxide poisoning and incidents nationwide and worldwide. You've read about them. I don't need to reference them, right? It is a disastrous and unfortunate occurrence that in many cases could be prevented. So it is a serious topic, and it's one that I'm delighted actually to be able to share with you when we have a Black Friday sale price on an essential for your home, apartment, townhome, shore home, wherever you live. This is from a company called USI. It's all they do. And we have the plug-in sensor for under $50, a $10 easy pay. It was just added into our show because honestly, it's been a long time, at least for me personally, since I've talked about this at all, where usually this is something we reference frequently throughout our gift shows. So we're bringing in Amy D'Angelo. You know her, of course, if you've watched a lot of her home solutions presentations, and this is one that I know she's very passionate about as well. Amy, great to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I love the holiday plaid skirt, so cute.
I tried a little bit because I knew I was going to be with you.
You know I was going to have candy canes coming out of my head,
I did.
You know, and I appreciate you coming out here because we have like the flashy gifts and everything, and then we have to talk about something like this because it's so critical. And as a parent, I go, oh my gosh, to be honest, I don't know if my daughter has this in her apartment, and what a miss on my part. She needs to have this for sure.
And this is that gift of peace of mind.
Yes.
And it's one of those things that it's hard to talk about, but like Jen said, I'm with you. I don't want to scare anyone, but you need to understand the facts. It is called, carbon monoxide is called the silent killer because your home won't look any different. It doesn't smell any different, and it won't taste any different. So you need to be sure that you are protected. Now, you may say, well, I don't have a generator, I don't use a fireplace. But the common sources, as you're seeing here, are your portable heaters, your chimneys, your automobile, your clothing dryer, your range, your vent, your fireplace, again, your generator, that furnace, and your water heater. So you can see from that list that you definitely have one or a few of those in your home, and those are your potential sources. Now, carbon monoxide poisoning comes from the incomplete combustion of fossil fuels, and those fossil fuels are oil, gas, you know, your natural gas, your wood, your charcoal, again, all things that we use to heat our home and generate, you know, the power behind all of those sources.
So I have a question. What if somebody goes, okay, but I have smoke detectors all throughout my home? A lot of people may not realize they don't necessarily have a carbon monoxide detector in there.
No, and actually these are required in about 37 states. But I want to caution that
they're not required in every state?
They're not. And I want to preface that by saying you may live in an older home. So those rules are for new construction. If you live in an older home, you may not have this, and you need to. And I just want to sound it for you so you can hear what it sounds like right now.
Okay.
So
Woo,
that is your carbon
that.
monoxide detector readout. And again, it's measured in parts per million, that gas. If you hear this go off, please, 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 please.
Don't start looking around investigating. Get out.
Grab your loved ones, grab your fur babies, and run out. Now, it was 4 beeps, a pause, 4 beeps, and a pause. If it is the natural gas sensor, it will register gas. It is a beep, a pause, a beep, a pause. And this unit has a 7-year life to it. So it is that gift of peace of mind for the next 7 years against all of those things. Now, people always ask me, where do you put this? One on every level is recommended because, again, it's a tool. If you can't hear it, it's not going to help you. And we also recommend one inside each and every bedroom. Why? Because, again, you could sleep with your headset, so you're like my dad. I always hate to say this, he's hard of hearing. So if he can't hear it going off, then it's not helpful. But again, every single level of your home is a bare minimum. And again, we recommend one inside each and every bedroom.
All right, so a couple things, Amy. We only have 1,100 of these remaining. And just answer my own question, which is, why have I not been presenting this constantly throughout the season? Because we don't have that many of these to go around. Please remember a couple of things. We've reduced this price to under $50, where usually it is $65. You plug it into a standard outlet. In fact, I think if you plugged it into the lower one, it wouldn't cover both of them, correct?
I can do that right now for you. Oh.
Awesome. And it comes with a 9-volt battery backup in case of a power outage. My daughter lives in Florida. She was without power for 36 hours because all the craziness going down there, and that's one thing that we know is not going to run out should the power run out. Now, I hope you never have a story to tell about carbon monoxide. I hope you've never heard the alarm go off, but a lot of folks have, including a very familiar face you're going to see right now.
Hi, I'm Pat James Dementry, and I wanted to take just a moment to share something very personal and sort of a mission, and that is to make sure you and your family and the people you love have a carbon monoxide detector. You know, I had had a carbon monoxide detector for years, plugged it in, never thought about it. I only had one. One night when I was laying in bed, it went off, but just for a couple of minutes. I didn't really think anything about it. Went through my day, got off the air. On the way home, something said to me, you know what, maybe you should go buy a new one, because I thought that one was broken. So I'll be honest, I stopped, I bought one for each floor. When I got them home and I plugged them in, they were blaring. Because realize carbon monoxide is odorless, it didn't smell like anything, and I thought it couldn't be happening to me. Well, thank goodness I did that, because those carbon monoxide detectors saved my life and my family's life. When I called 911, they came and they made sure that everything was fine.
Of course, my mom brain starts running like, what if she didn't have that alarm, right? And then I go, I don't even want to think about it, right? And none of us really want to think about that. And it's unfortunate that this is even something that we have to ever think about, right? Ever. But we have insurance policies on so many things, including our worldly possessions. Think of this as an insurance policy on your most prized possessions, right? Your own life, your family's life, your pets' lives, right? And I have no statistics on this, but I think like the focus really should be increased during the winter season because we're using those heating sources more often.
Exactly. And I do have one thing. Please remember that when you stick this into that outlet, make sure it is not an outlet controlled by a switch. I know that's a little thing, but that battery is really there just for backup. And I just want to do this one more time so you can hear it. If you, whoops. There we go. That is your carbon monoxide readout. Again, the gas is measured in parts per million.
Can she do that at home to test it?
You can.
Okay, great.
And don't go looking for that readout. Just call 911 outside of your home. Let emergency services do this. Grab your family, grab your friends, grab your furry babies, and leave. Now, if it's a natural gas readout, it's just going to say gas. And again, please put this one on every level of your home for that gift of peace of mind.
So you press that button and everybody on set turned around and went, what? And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Okay, we have fewer than 800 remaining. Amy, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jen.
And I actually get excited every time I hear that a lot of orders have been placed. I think about how many more people are protected. That's an important part of my job. Okay, so my real question here for Erica, our next guest, is, we have any of this left? Question